Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Forehead Fables. This is episode 31? 30? Stolt, put the correct number of the episode on the screen right now. I have no idea fucking which one it is. Anyways, my guest today is Sniping Soup, a man that is known for his outrageous inbred demeanor, and he makes a shitload of Rainbow Six Siege videos and stuff. He's a funny guy. And you know what's funny about him is actually I met him a couple times and everybody's been saying, Sam, you need to do a collab with this Sniping Soup guy. He's hilarious. And so I did it. I met him and we didn't get along. We didn't get along at all. And so I was like, but our things are so similar. Our channels are similar. Our audience is similar. I was like, there has to be. We just didn't get along for some reason. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to sit this fucker down on the podcast and I'm going to pick his brain for 2 hours, possibly even 3 hours. Because there has to be common ground there. So that's what I did. This is it. Episode 31, 30 something. I don't know. Sniping Soup. Hold it there. Freeze frame it. Zoom in a little bit more. Zoom in on the eyes. Let's do it. I'll take a sponsorship from a fucking concentration camp if they pay me enough. I have no morals. If there's anybody banging my kids, it's me.
I'm the only one fucking my kids around here.
That was bad. Don't take that out of context.
I got called the N-word more than fucking Martin Luther King Jr., dude.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Primitive tech guy still banging rocks together. This Vietnamese guy's going to have a computer in that hut in like a week. That's why I started YouTube. I was hoping people would come, watch the video, whack off, and leave.
Pulled, like, dude, it looked like I had grown a foreskin. I pulled off like this filth, and I was like, dude, what the fuck is that?
Dude, the guy looks like a fucking goblin. I don't know how to say this. He has like some sort of birth defect. I don't know. I've always thought if I'm ever going to be in the news, it better be something fucking horrific. Everybody's done that, right? No?
I've never done that.
Me either.
Help.
All right, I think we're running. Yeah, I think we're good.
All right.
Okay, finally. All right, now I'm going to clear the elephant in the room. Are you ready?
God, what is it?
Okay, so like I think over the past 2 years, I think 2 years, we've met twice.
Something like that, yeah.
And we've never hit it off.
You don't think so?
No, I don't. You never messaged me back. I never messaged you back. I don't think there was any sort of like, we weren't like, hey,
well,
man.
I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think the games we've decided to play together have
that's why I was like, dude, I need to have this guy on the podcast because I watch your videos. I think they're funny as hell.
Yeah.
You obviously have good like comedic timing and everything. You're a funny guy. The people we play with are funny. And then I'm like,
sometimes.
I think the problem was we sat down and we went like, hey, let's make a video together. And then we didn't like talk or anything beforehand. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There was no socializing.
Yeah.
And then one of them was like some VR thing.
That was awful. I don't even know if I still have that video uploaded. I might. That needs.
Have you done that before, where you like make a video and you publish it, and then like a month later you look at it and go, I'm yanking this thing down.
All the time. I never take them off, but dude, all the time. God, there's so many.
Yeah, yeah. And always like the ones that you hate the most that become viral.
Dude, yes. Oh my God, yes.
It's the worst.
There's this clip of me like doing a really shitty prank call. I prank called Wendy's. And I'm basically doing like the Orange Pranks, like Asian voice, you know? I wasn't even recording, but all my friends were recording. And the clip has gone massive, like all over like TikTok and Instagram. I mean, it's been reposted so many times. It's in like 240p, like Indian subtitles. Like,
yeah. Does that gripe you at all that like when things get viral out of your control?
Yes, because it makes you like not want to do shit. It's like, dude, if I can just do something like that and it goes viral, why even put effort forward? It just makes you angry.
Right. Well, I mean, does it make you mad in the fact that people don't know it's you, and you're like, dude, if I'm gonna be getting, should you be benefiting in any way from all those people obviously enjoying the clip and them not even knowing it's you?
I've come to terms with that. It's just like this is never gonna happen. So
yeah,
I mean, some people are nice to give credit, but most of the time, no. So
you've been doing YouTube since NAMM, right? Like we both been hacking away at it since like 2011 or 10 or something.
yeah, I've been doing it a long time. I mean, before I really had any success or whatever you want to call it, I mean, I had other channels that were fucking terrible and have been deleted.
Yeah, I know that feel. I had some clip of like it was VR chat, and I think Bumbo, you know Bumbo, right?
Yeah.
He was recording, and I like, you know how you can like change your character or whatever, like the person you're playing, your avatar.
Yeah.
I changed myself into Ed from Ed and Eddie. No, Eddie. I changed the guy that's always coming up with the schemes.
Yeah, he wears the yellow shirt.
Yeah.
3 hairs. Yeah.
And he's like walks up to me. He's like, "What are we doing, Eddie?" And it was like some scam. I was like, I don't know. It was like something about like stealing all of our money and like something about like raping someone. Like it just turned into like this horribly. It was like what if like Ed and Eddie was like in Detroit and they were like teenagers. Like it was like fast forward 10 years, they're doing real shit, you know, instead of just scamming people. It was like an actual murder.
From Jawbreakers to rape.
Yeah. No, for the Jawbreakers though. Like the end result is still Jawbreakers.
Oh, okay.
You know. But, you know, if you gotta break some hymens to get it, then so be it. You know, all in the name of Jawbreakers. And like it was this short clip, and it went hugely viral on the places that you don't want things to go viral. It went
Like
big
TikTok.
on like on 4chan is where I kept seeing it. Like on this fucking, and I was like, oh, that's not, because like whenever people are like called out for being like white supremacists and shit, it's like always like linked to that. And I was like, don't fucking put anything I've ever made on there.
Or Twitch, apparently. Now.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. You saw that whole like the lady from the Council of Good Health Ministry or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
The
Bullshit.
fucking deer lady. Yeah.
Role playing as a deer. That makes me want to like hunt more.
Yeah.
Like shoot deer in spite of her.
You know, that's what I did. I just like commented on something she posted. It's like the douchiest thing I've done, but I just commented. I just go, I hit a deer with my car. That's all I put on there.
It makes you want to like not swerve out of the way when you see it.
Yeah. Just think it's her.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. It's the problem with her is like, someone like that, it's cool with me that she exists. That's fine. I don't care that she's transgender. That's fine. If she wants to act like a deer, that's fine. Act like a fucking deer all you want. Go eat the grass in the front yard.
She was transgender at first. I just thought it was a girl.
It is a girl.
Whatever.
It is a girl.
Yeah, it's a girl,
Fucking
sure.
Sicko. What's wrong with you? But it is a girl. And the problem is when that person gets in charge of determining what is offensive and what isn't. Because the one thing I can argue against is that those people find everything offensive.
Oh yes, dude, 100%.
You know, and I think they should have a more, when it comes to like judging other people, maybe they should just have a normal person that is a representative of. I just totally marginalized her, but no, like, you know, like a person that represents a normal gamer. How about that? Not a normal person. That's not what I meant to say, but like. You know, like if you go browsing through Twitch and you're just like, hey, let's look at the gaming section, you know, you're gonna find like these fucking fat, nasty people that never shower. You know?
Yeah, someone like
find
that.
One of those. Yeah.
Pick someone that's a veteran. You know.
Yeah, just like someone, you know. And then and then they'll look at it and go, you know what? That's he snapped and said a gamer word. It's okay. I'm sure he'll. Just a couple days suspension, you know?
But, yeah. Meanwhile, you got like girls nip slips and shit getting by.
Did you see, was it Linity's nip slip?
Yes, dude. Oh my God. I actually had a fucking massive tweet off of that did really good. Yeah.
What was
she
it?
looked like Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
I'll link the tweet. It's pretty funny. I thought it was funny.
Did you like the nip slip, or was that a disappointment? There was a lot of people that are disappointed.
Dude, I don't like, honestly, the only time I ever hear about that bitch is when bad things happen, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it looks like a sausage patty kind of, so.
I was pissed off about it because if you zoom in and everything, the quality is just not there. If you're going to do, oh, that does look like her. If you're going to do a nip slip, I want a 8K camera. I want IMAX quality. I want a 400 millimeter lens. I want a Zeiss lens. I want a cinematographer behind that camera.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I want J.J. Abrams with lens flares and shit. with someone off camera with a mister to get little mist droplets on the nipple. Don't do that fucking... It's 1 pixel.
Yeah, it's like a Nintendo 64 nip slip.
It just... If I was a dermatologist, I'd say that's a fucking hematoma or something, a mole that needs to be removed. That's the worst nip slip I've ever fucking seen in my life.
I seen a dude at the gas station with like some massive bulbous like skin thing, and it looked better than Lenity's nipple.
You wanted to suck on it more than...
Yeah, I'd rather suck on that. Yeah. God.
I did see some like racist people talking about, they're like, it's so brown. And she's like, I'm fucking Hispanic. What do you want from me? Think I was going to have like puffy Faye Reagan nipples? What's wrong with you? It's so brown. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a brown nipple.
Nothing wrong with a brown
it's the
titty.
fact that's low quality and she looks like fucking Andre the Giant showing something under her shirt. Yeah. She's like got the Hulk face going on. It's not a good look.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible.
Yeah. All right. Well, actually, speaking of like stuff like that, what about how do you feel about that iDubbbz thing where his girl has the OnlyFans? I know it's like old news.
You know, I don't know how to feel about it because like I don't really give a shit if I'm being honest. You know, like I don't care that his girlfriend has an OnlyFans if I'm being totally honest with you. That
was my point of view, but I got in the argument with my editor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I stooped that low where now I have one of those.
You argue with people that work for you.
Yeah. I haven't threatened to fire him yet, but I'm sure that would win a lot more arguments if I did that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's
I'm not
my
gonna
trump
pay you
card.
unless you agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna save that for the real arguments. But with the whole iDubbbz thing, he was like, "Is it more Chad? Isn't he technically like a total Chad if he goes, yeah, I don't care if you guys whack off to my girlfriend, you know?" And then and he was like, that's a totally Chad move. And then I was thinking about it and I was like, no, that's not a fucking Chad move. But I couldn't explain why. And I sat there and it like killed me. It was eating me from the inside out as to why I was so against this. I was like if my wife turned around and said like, I have an OnlyFans, I'd be like, no, the fuck you don't.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Yeah, not in a million years would I let her do that shit. And so then he was like, it's because you're a Christian. And I was like, listen here, dude, if there's anybody that's miles away from a church, it's this guy. I ain't fucking wasting 1/7 of my life and 1/10 of my income doing that shit.
No.
Only to have them banging my kids. There's anybody banging my kids, it's me.
Kids.
No.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there like thinking... That was bad. Don't take that out of context. Someone's just gonna clip it.
I'm the only one fucking my kids around here.
Yeah. And I gotta let some fucking church do it. No, so I was thinking,
fuck my own kids and keep my 10%.
You know?
Dude, I don't know. Like, I can see how it's a gray area for a lot of people, because like I feel like morally people wouldn't agree with it. You know, for one, or like somebody's like, oh yeah, my girlfriend, I wouldn't never let her do that. Which I can see why, but like I don't understand why people get mad at iDubbbz because he's done so much like good shit for YouTube, and it's like you want to discredit him because you don't like necessarily agree with something as minor as that. I don't know. Which I know like people say that there's more to the whole situation that I don't know about. So yeah,
you know, I think I've just cracked the code. I think I figured out why I don't agree with it.
What's your theory?
If I am going to pay bills and put up with the day-to-day bullshit of my wife, I'm going to be the only one seeing them titties and ass, all right?
Well, see, they're not married,
that's such bullshit because, like I have to pay X amount to get in there, and you only have to pay $10 a month? Like, I would...
So you know how many dates I've been on?
Yeah.
Bought a house, right? Bought a car.
Yeah.
Put food on the table.
Put up with the fucking stories about have the in-laws over for $10 a month. You don't have to have the fucking in-laws over. Come on, man.
I can see both sides. Yeah,
I've discussed. Yeah, editor Stolt, you fucking you. Where's your rebuttal to that? That's my trump card.
As a hardworking man, them are my titties.
Yeah. I earn the right to see those things.
Right.
And if you have a good rebuttal that's better than that, I don't want to hear it or else you're fired. That's my new trump card. Winning arguments all day. All right, I got a list of shit to talk about. Hold on, let me go through this thing. We were just going over this shit earlier and laughing about it because we're horrible people. But everybody likes to shit down, you know, because like me and you, we were neck and neck to 1 million subs. I remember I passed you and I was like, I'm gonna beat that fucker because I hadn't talked to you before, right? and then you fucking soared past me. Like, you know what's shitty about that? You soared past me at the best I've ever been. Like, it was right when Tarkov was blowing up, and I got like 80,000 subs in 1 month, and I was like, oh, there's no way that fucker beat me. And then I checked your channel, and you fucking like went way by me.
Well, mine's been a slow fucking crawl. Like, I don't think I've ever gotten 80,000 subs in a month. I think 70.
No, that's the beauty of it is we've both been at a slow crawl forever.
Dude, it has been a fucking grind.
And then you blew up, and like yours has been blowing up consistently.
Yeah,
mine's been
does
lurching like a.
But see, I kind of hate it at the same time. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to be just like the YouTuber that blows up off of like one or two things. You know, I want to do everything.
Yeah. Well, that's why as soon as I get success doing something, I drop it.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that, but Rainbow Six has been one of those things that like it's just, dude, it's so stupid. It is like the dumbest shit. I can get a massive video, you know, well, somewhat massive, in like an hour or two of recording.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just send it to an editor and I get a video back, and it's like I've played a game for 2 hours or whatever and get like 300,000 view video or something. So
what's with Rainbow Six, man? There's that guy Meaty Marley, and I talk to him a lot. He'll post a video that'll, like, PewDiePie would be cool with those numbers he gets. Like those. Yeah. And he has like a channel. It is ridiculous. I met him when he had 60,000 subs, and then like I talked to him a bunch over like the course of a week, and then I like turned around and like picked my nose for a second and turned back around. He was at 1 million subs. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like Great Value Fortnite or something. I don't know.
He'll post a video that gets like 2 million views easy.
Yeah, there's a lot of Rainbow Six dudes like that.
And it would be different if he was like Wellen, where he brought something to the table that was different in every way than what had been provided before him, you know? But I don't see all that kind of innovation going on with Marley's videos. I just realized I'm shitting on someone that's kind of my friend.
Well, I mean, in all honesty, there's really only like so much you can do. I feel like, and I mean, which I don't really know much about. I know who he is and we follow each other and stuff, but I don't know if I've ever really watched one of his videos. So I don't really, I mean, is it just like funny shit that him and his friends do or whatever? Or does he like do something in game? Is it more like gameplay driven or?
It's like Anthony Pitt talking? 1 Light. You know?
Okay.
You know, like Anthony Pitt 1?
He did like the MLG edit kind of shit.
It's like MLG edits, but like not as heavily edited.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. British. Very insanely British.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Effeminate.
So he's missing a few teeth.
Yeah.
I'm not one to
Might
talk,
be
dude.
Gay, but he has a girlfriend.
Is that where the meaty part comes in?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Rainbow Six is fucking retarded, though, dude. Like, oh, my God. I don't understand it. And the clips that I post, like, in my videos, dude, like, TikTok is, like, the main thing. It'll just go insane numbers on there. And I don't use TikTok, so I only see it if, like, friends send it to me, because it'll get put on, like, the For You page or whatever. And people be like, oh, is this you talking? I'm just like, God almighty. Video has, like, 10 million views. No credit.
I didn't realize TikTok was as big as it is.
Dude, it is stupid, man.
It's huge.
It's stupid.
Another next level huge.
Yeah. And then it's like a household name huge, which is crazy.
And like all those like 4th graders are doing dances and stuff.
Yeah, it's fucking pedophile breeding ground.
I was about to say, dude, if you go on like, you know, like the adult GIF page on 4chan, there's like TikTok sluts. Like threads, and I was like, oh sweet, I'll click on this thing, and it was like this hot chick with like big ass titties and stuff, and then like you scroll down and they're like get younger and younger. Yeah. I'm like, no, not good. That shouldn't be on here.
Yeah, that's called bad parenting. I suppose.
And
fuck that shit.
And there's a lot of, for some reason, nurses on there. Have you seen all the hatred towards nurses?
Nurses?
Yeah, like, cause
like them talking about like the pandemic or something.
Not just that, but everybody's, whenever things push one way, of course, there's the contrarian douches that push the other way. And so there's like, everybody right now is like, yeah, healthcare workers, because they're, saving everybody or whatever. And then on the other end of it, there's people that are like, fuck healthcare workers for no reason.
I can see both sides. Okay. I can see both sides. All right, dude. Because you have like nurses and shit who they want to get this nursing job and they want to be like a fucking receptionist to a doctor.
Yeah.
And like sit on their fucking fat ass all day and just take people's information or like help out a little bit. And now all of a sudden that shit's getting real. Like you want to complain, you know? Like I can see both sides. Now, obviously, if they don't have like proper equipment, then that's fucked. Because like give the nurses the shit they need, but at the same time, don't complain that you got to help people because it's what you signed up for.
Yeah, it's like,
that's your job. So
it's like those people that get sent off to war and they're like, wait.
Oh, wait, I'm actually getting shot at.
I signed up to just get the government welfare check, basically.
I signed up to get the Dodge Charger.
Did you just drink out of a mason jar? That is, you are in the South.
Yes, sir. This was full of. This was literally full of moonshine before.
You got the ball mason jar. Hell yeah. I have like one of those playback things where it's like you hit a little button and it plays a sound, or what are those things called? Soundboard. And I was gonna set it up with all like these yee and all these different ones I could hit to get like really southern themed. But I couldn't. I didn't have time because I was feeding my daughter.
You can just edit it in.
Yeah.
Well, you don't edit podcasts, I guess.
No. So you don't edit like your main vids anymore? Or do you do some?
Not the Rainbow Six stuff. I edit because I don't know. I don't want to sound like shitty, but I edit the stuff that I'm like more passionate about, I guess.
Yeah.
So Rainbow Six is pretty just you're just cutting to the funny shit that happens. But like I guess like actual wanting to like make a story, I guess, then that's the stuff that I'll do.
Word.
So, yeah, like the GTA. Dude, I don't even know. I have to look. Like I've been doing Mario, which has been like tanking, but I like to do videos that I want to make. Like I want to upload what I want to upload. I don't really give a shit. So, usually the role playing stuff is what I'll edit, and basically that's been it. I tried to do a Tarkov video because I watched some of your stuff and like other people, and I was like, oh. This game's getting popular again, so I guess I'll try and play it.
Tarkov's great, man. I'm waiting for the wipe.
Dude,
I'm waiting for it.
I can't get into it.
You can't get into it? No.
Well, first of all, I don't really know what the fuck
that's all they need is VoIP.
Yeah.
If you could talk to people, that would be like it would be the best game.
It's what every game needs, dude. Yeah. If every video game had voice chat, then bro, I'd play everything and just talk shit. That's all what day. Dude, half the fun in video games is voice chat to me.
Oh, yeah.
Because like talking to some random motherfucker and just being funny, that's like half the fun of video games.
Going back to that, the deer person, they were like, they had some statement that they were like, they should take voice chat out of games.
I saw some of that, yeah.
Yeah, because it's misogynistic. I'm like, you know what? Maybe women should just get better at talking shit because there ain't a single guy that's been nice to another guy in voice chat.
No.
The second you talk to each other, it's like two lions circling each other in the savannah.
Yeah, I see shit on Twitter all the time. It's just like, this is what us women have to put up with in online gaming. And it's just like, shut your fucking stupid mouth. Everybody puts up with this in online gaming. It's like, it's not just some woman exclusive experience. Like, yes, everyone, but I guess being a woman, you do get, I guess, targeted more. But dude, I've
targeted more, but let me tell you something. I've been called the N-word more than a black guy has in his entire life.
Yes, are you kidding me?
Like a field slave out here. I've been called the N-word daily.
I got called the N-word more than fucking Martin Luther King Jr., dude. Like, damn.
It's rough out there, man.
Yes, it is. For everybody, regardless of anything.
I've always thought of white gamers as the shield that absorbs all the racist impact that other people haven't endured yet, we're really just the bulwark of society.
We're like the glue holding it together.
Yeah,
Underappreciated.
We're just shielding the world from all this racism, and we're not thanked enough. You know,
we're letting the people get it out because they have that anonymity online.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's usually the young teenagers that are doing it, that are screaming the vulgarities, and then when they get older, they have to endure the vulgarities.
Yep,
and it hardens you. Yeah, that's what makes men.
Yeah,
because I feel like every generation has their war. You know, like my great grandfather went through World War I. My grandfather, World War II. You know, my uncle went through like Vietnam and stuff, and but our generation has no war. But
we had modern warfare too.
Modern warfare.
Yeah, that's what we had.
Yeah. So while they had to listen to the whistling of the Stuka bomber coming down, not knowing if their friend was going to die next to them, we have to hear a 12-year-old screech the N-word at us. You know?
Oh man, I had to be called the N-word a million times on a daily basis.
Yeah, it hardens us psychologically. You know?
Yeah, it does. It gets you prepared.
I wonder if there's anybody that's had PTSD from just the amount they've been bullied online.
Probably so. Which doesn't make sense because, like, dude,
they go see a psychiatrist or something like that. They're like 15, and the psychiatrist is like, "I swear, this guy has all the telltale markings of a veteran. He's been through war."
Did you serve? It's like, no. Just I own an Xbox.
Sir, 15-year-old, did you serve? No. No, I was roaming with Tachanka, and that's when it all started. I was screamed at mercilessly.
God almighty, dude.
Can I go get a Diet Coke real quick? My fucking mouth's dry as shit.
Sure. I know you love your Diet Coke.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Ooh, crisp.
That was the first sip's always the best.
Do you like gamer drinks? Like G Fuel or Gamer Subs or something like that?
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I got contacted by that G Fuel person, like one of their outreach people, and he was like, "Hey, you want to sign a G Fuel contract? You'll get like a stipend every month and whatever."
Was it terrible?
And I was like, "Oh, that sounds awesome," because money, right? I was like, "Money's awesome." I'm not sure about you, but I love money. That stuff's incredible.
Of course.
Yeah. So then I was like, "Yeah, that sounds incredible." He's like, "Have you ever had G Fuel?" I was like, "Absolutely not." And he's like, "Well, I'll send you some so like you're not backing something that you don't like." Right. And I got it, and he sent me the stuff that you like mix in the thing. He sent me cans, and then he sent me like these Pop Rocks, like lines of Coke or whatever that you do, and it's like pops in your mouth or whatever. I don't know.
Send you a syringe.
Yeah. He sent me all that stuff, and I tried every flavor of every variety of every method of taking it, and I came back to him and I said, "This stuff is dog shit in every single possible."
Oh my God.
How could they miss? Like, have you tried their flavors? It is like
I tried like sour apple, but it's been so long, and I had like maybe 2 drinks of it, and I was like, dude, I
cannot.
Not
only that,
I like
I'm
coffee.
not gonna.
I don't know.
Dude, me and coffee. That's the way.
Coffee. Yeah, I like black Folgers fucking coffee. That's just.
Well, you don't. I have to take sugar in it. You don't, because you're already sweet enough. But me, I gotta. I'm like such a pussy. I put like milk and shit in that. I get it all fucked up with milk and sugar and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that way. I don't know. I just like started drinking it black because I'm like, this is manly fucking black coffee. So that's just how I like it.
I've always considered myself manly enough. No, not really at all.
Well, see, I used to love like Coke and Pepsi, and I used to drink it way too fucking much. Not diet either. Like I would get like the bottles like this, but like the extended ones, of the 6-pack, and dude, I would drink like 3 of them a day, and it's like, all right, cunt, stop being a fucking sugar water drinking fat ass.
Mine was ginger ale. I just eat ginger ale and pretzels all day. That was it.
Well, that's not terrible. I mean, at least that's like
somewhat. Well, because it has the name ginger in it, you think it's healthy, but if you read the back, it's not any more healthy. Or
like
Arizona iced
soda?
tea. Yeah, it's just regular soda. Yeah. Arizona iced tea. I drink that shit too. I love that.
I don't know I know what that is, but I don't know if I've ever had it. Dude, speaking of like gamer drinks, I got contacted. God, dude, thinking back at this, it could have been the cause of the pandemic. I got contacted by some fucking Chinese like drink company, and they wanted to send me some shit to try, and I don't know what I was thinking, dude. Like when I said yes to this, but I was like, okay, sure. So they sent me a package of like the G Fuel kind of stuff, like the powder, you know. And dude, this package smelt like a cleaning product. And I was
Really?
like, dude, what is it? And they sent me a shaker cup and everything. And it was all like in Chinese. I don't even know if like what flavor. I could have been having like fucking dog piss. And I like put it in the shaker cup, and dude, it smelled like Lysol, like the lemony like Lysol smell. And it was probably the worst thing I've ever drank in my life.
Well,
Like I thought I was gonna die.
Did the packaging say anything, or?
I can't remember. It's been like a year, but it was pretty much all in Chinese. I don't. Why did I drink it? Like looking back at that, I was like, what's my thought process drinking that?
With the whole like mix with water thing, I straight up told the guy at G Fuel, I was like, is this shit popular? Because I'm not, when I'm gaming, the last thing I want to do is like mix shit like an alchemist at my desk, like water and powder and shake it up.
I feel that.
I'd rather just crack a beverage and then keep going.
Right, yeah.
I don't want to
get a
mix
Red Bull or something.
Yeah. That's insane.
And it's messy and shit. It's like, I don't know. Not really for me. But like PewDiePie is like sponsored by them, isn't he? Pretty sure. I don't know. A lot of people are. Dude, they do. Those drink companies do crazy things for YouTubers too. Like shit that I've heard. Like they'll pay rent at houses for YouTubers. What? Like,
you know the God, there was another one. Bang Energy drinks. They're having like some insane marketing push, and I was talking to them, and then I have like this guy, you know him, Luke. He goes by Smeep.
Yeah, I know Smeep.
Dude, he's my boy, man.
That's
that
the boy.
Guy,
yeah.
Dude,
we were talking about you actually.
Yeah, that guy's fucking awesome. Me and Luke get along
he's
great.
Dope.
I was talking to him about that Bang thing, and he was like, Sam, you're obviously not, because I don't really watch YouTube all that much, because I realize there's pornography on the internet. Like, why watch YouTube if there's porn? It's like naked lady one click away, and so he was telling me, he's like, you obviously don't hang out on YouTube all that much because you make YouTube videos all day, but Bang Energy's been known for their like pedophilic, weird marketing. And I was,
dude, yes, I have heard about this actually.
And I looked it up, and they have like these little 12-year-old girls like dancing and shit for their ads. Yes. He's like, you really don't want to be tied to that. And I was like, and then I was thinking about like, what's my demographic audience? I might want to be tied to that. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, you're getting on 4chan, dude. You might be the fucking way to go. Yeah,
it's the perfect match. All I need is Jared from Subway to fucking come down.
Could you imagine that? Would be fucking
clinking
awesome.
Our glasses of Bang Energy and martini glasses together in Thailand. No, yeah, I saw that, and then like their CEO is like Papa John's but crazy. He's like this weird greasy guy that's like insane, and I was like, nah, I don't want to be a part of that.
I remember seeing that. That was a while back though when I seen that, because one of my friends was doing stuff with Bang, and then I heard about that kind of shit happening. Also, aren't they like supposed to be like sponsoring ripped like influencers? I thought the whole point was like it's a healthy energy drink or something.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
You know me. They saw me and they're like, this guy's shredded.
Yeah, they would look at me and be like,
beneath the insulating layer. There's all sorts of gamer muscles going on there. Yeah. That was a jab. God, you're like, aren't they supposed to be kind of ripped? And he like nodded towards me.
Well, no, not necessarily ripped, but like workout people. I don't know.
Healthy people, yeah.
Yeah.
God. I don't know.
I don't know. Like, why would they even want to sponsor gamers? That's like the complete opposite route you would take. At least
maybe to just push G Fuel out of the way.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. You know why I wouldn't want to do G Fuel?
It's in a can. They got a step above them already. You don't
G Fuel has the canned stuff.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, cool. I'll exclusively work with the canned stuff. And then I opened it, and it's still dog shit inside. It's just the fucking...
Oh, yeah, they do have the cans.
It's the grossest beverage of all time. When you make something like that, you skimp out on, like, your packaging can suck. Your distribution method can suck. All that stuff can fall behind. But if you have a core great product, then you should be okay.
Right.
They have marketing on point, distribution on point. Their product packaging is okay. But the actual flavor, I'm not going to go through all that just to get this thing that like burns my eyes when I open it and like hover my head over it. Like it's fucking a cup of alcohol or gas or something.
Yeah, like
it makes your eyes water.
Hair off your face.
Yeah.
It's like you just looked in like a fucking Chernobyl reactor when you open it.
Yeah, well, that guy, that movie or that show Chernobyl, where he leans over and looks down at the blown up reactor. His face turns into like pizza.
Yeah, something like that.
It's all scabbed up and shit. Yeah, that stuff's, it's wild, man. And I don't know. I think we should stop shitting on G Fuel.
Shitting on companies.
Yeah. In a year, they might come back and say like, "Hey, we'll pay you whatever." So in the future, if I say G Fuel is awesome, forget this episode.
Just know there was money involved.
And use code General Sam. Yeah, just no money's involved. Yeah, I'd say that's like 90% of my sponsors. Like I think people have realized. I like early on. I think in like 2017, I said, dude, I'll take a sponsorship from a fucking concentration camp if they pay me enough. I have no morals. You guys,
dude, back in the day, like I remember whenever I was first getting sponsorships, you would get shit on back in the day. It's like viewers would be like, "Oh, you money hungry sellout piece of fucking shit."
Yeah,
it's like taking a sponsorship, but now viewers are like all accepting to it all of a sudden.
I think what it is a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers played up just how bad the adpocalypse was.
Oh, dude, yeah. Yeah,
they were like, true. "Oh, woe is me, the adpocalypse." I'm like, first of all, every YouTuber should do it like this. This is what I do because our income, it fluctuates all over the place.
Yeah. It's never
for the year, you look at your worst ad revenue month for the past 12 months and you go, "That's what I'm going to act like I make is whatever that worst month is. That's my income for whatever, because everything above that is just gravy, But there's people out there that make like, if they have like an awesome month and they make like $15,000 or something, they're like, "Oh, I'm going to go buy $15,000 worth of shit."
Yeah. Go buy a Lambo.
No, you're out of money, dude. I fucking
put a down payment on a Lambo or something.
Yeah.
You got to be smart.
But I've always been like super frugal with like my money, and I roll it into production gear and stuff. That's about it.
Oh yeah. Like first starting out, I put a lot of it back into what I do. So buying new equipment and shit like that. Yeah, and you got to save up as a YouTuber because you just never know. But like, dude, I don't know about you, but I see a lot of people that like complain about videos going yellow, and they have like one demonetized video out of like a million green videos. It's like, dude, you have no place to complain.
My last video did not even. I don't think I ever got ads on it. I just uploaded it was yellow and I posted it. But it had an integrated sponsor in there. I was like, it's already making money anyway. Right. So yeah, sometimes they just yank it. And in our cases, with the content that me and you make, it's justified that they don't put ads on it. If they take a look at it and go, "You know what? We're not okay putting ads on it," I'm not going to get mad.
Yeah.
I'm not Bill Cosby. I'm not super family friendly,
Well, I don't know about you, but I have the thing where it's like a self-survey. So you go through and you say like what exactly bad shit you have in your video, and then the bot will go back and check if you're right. So do you have that?
Yeah, I just got that.
We'll see. Like I fill mine out like it should be, and I'll never go yellow really. I haven't had a yellow video in a while, probably like 4 or 5 months, and I say some pretty fucked up shit. So
I think it's a lot of it is context,
Yeah.
Like contextually, we say bad things, but a bot doesn't pick up on the fact that
that's what you would think.
Socially, you're not supposed to talk about that stuff.
Right. It's just seeing the bad thing, like, oh, he said fucking whatever here.
Yeah.
So
because I don't think I use the F word all that much.
I cuss like a sailor. I know I do. That's fucking.
Oh no, I say it, but there's nothing better than the putting two words together that shouldn't be together, like the F word, and then like, I think one of the funniest stories I'd ever heard was this guy telling me about how he farted in his girlfriend's face while he was getting a blowjob, like on accident. But the way he said it was like, dude, and then like I was right about the nut and I fucking tooted in her face, and like just just like putting the word toot, which is like such like a first, like, oh, I tooted, like first grader word next to fucking, like I fucking tooted right in her face, bro. And he sounded so disappointed in himself. Like, oh, I didn't mean to. And it happened. And they'd been dating like a year and a half. So it was like a really bad situation. It wasn't like some one night stand, you know?
That's funny.
I always thought that was funny though. Just like putting like this extra stank on something that's such a kindergartner.
Yeah, I say stuff like that. Like I do Omegle stuff occasionally where I'll get on there and just like shit talk people or whatever. And like there was this one guy who like kind of looked like me but had like long hair and was like a little bit bigger or whatever. And he was like saying that he was from North Carolina, and I was like, oh, I'm from South Carolina, brother. And he's like, where are you living at or something? And I was just like, I'm not gonna tell you. You might come fiddle with my tutor or something like that. And so many people like loved that. I don't know, just saying stupid shit like that.
Okay, so you're in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Do you know that Sequisha guy? Isn't he in South Carolina?
That's the guy with like the big mustache.
Giant mustache, yeah.
I know who he is. I don't really know anything beyond what he looks like.
Beyond that, yeah. I think he might be in South Carolina too. Dude, talking about people that have a lot of like technical prowess when it comes to being like a Twitch streamer, that guy's setup is ridiculous.
Really? What all does he have?
Man. He's got like, at that point, his room has to look like dog shit. Like I like a nice looking working environment, but this guy's got like, it has to look like shit. Like he has to have his desk like a foot away from a wall, I'm sure, and then just cameras. And you know, like
lighting.
You listen to metal a lot, right? You know, like those metal drum sets where it's like this fucking
like
cage
all
with
like
cymbals.
Neil Peart, around.
I'm sure his shit looks like that because he has like, he'll hit a button and he'll have like this camera across the room with like a 300 millimeter lens, like
that's crazy,
zoomed in on that mustache, you know, from like
that's awesome.
The room. And like he starts out his streams with this independent camera that's looking at a record player, and he'll play like a record until people populate the server and everything. That's like sweet. He's got, and it's all analog. He's got this shit. It's pimped out. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
My room looks like shit just because this computer right here, I was going to use it to like compress videos so I can like upload them and have my main computer just to like do regular shit on while this is working. But I took the RAM that came in it. This was like a pre-built from Best Buy.
Yeah.
And I took the RAM out and put different RAM in, and now it turns on, but nothing comes on the monitor. So if there's any tech experts out there that want to give me the rundown on that bullshit, that'd be great. That's why it's just like dead over here.
Yeah, just sitting there.
Yeah. Dude, I have like the shittiest setup known to man. Seriously. Like, it's like a folding beer pong table that I use. I have the same one, basically the same one that I'm using right now. Dude, my VR shit is on boxes.
Oh,
do you see this?
That's ratchet. That's pretty bad.
Yes, I know. All right. Listen, I know. That's a drum stool for a drum
I was
kit.
wondering what that was. Yeah.
That's my VR sensor right there. And my other one is just on some dog shit tripod. So that's my setup.
You know, I've realized that your setup matters less the funnier you are. You know what I mean? Like,
that's
it really,
very true.
It doesn't matter how much, like, for example, like look at Ninja's setup. He's got like an $80,000 room with fucking lights and shit all over the ceiling. He's got like
a Red Bull Fridge PC or something. Like, just ridiculous.
It's like so over the top.
Yeah.
It screams at 10-year-olds for a living. Fucking guy.
Not too far off from what I do. Just on a different game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about Rhino Crunch. You remember that guy?
Yes, he's like a pastor now or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. I saw his channel. We were laughing about it. Like his channel, he gets 3,000 views per vid. Look at his channel. I think that's what it was. Yeah, go look at it. Tell me like how much his last video got. And I think he has well over 1 million subs.
He's got 990,000.
Ooh, dude, you passed him. Yeah.
I feel bad when I look at like shit like this because this could easily be anybody. But I don't know much about
that guy.
Like,
that guy dropped the boof. He dropped it hard, dude. He fucking stomped on that shit when it fell too. Because he
I remember he was doing Fortnite stuff and it was doing really good.
He was doing it right when it came out.
It was around the time that because I got sponsored by Epic Games or whatever to do a Fortnite video or two or something like that. And
Everyone and their fucking dead grandma did, man. I did
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And
it was around the same time. Yeah, he was killing it, dude. 3 million, 2 million.
and then you
That's
know what
crazy.
it was?
What
He
happened?
found the Lord.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he started doing that pastor shit at the end of his at the end of each episode. I'm gonna save you one episode at a time. Fucking 10-year-olds ain't got time for that shit, man. They already waste their weekend.
Yeah,
at
they're
church.
there
They
to
don't wanna
like
do that.
well,
Yeah.
they're there to like watch a funny video and like get off.
Yeah.
Not like get off like physically, but like get off the computer or like
I hope
whatever.
they're getting off, dude. That's like that's why I started YouTube. I was hoping people would come, watch the video, whack off, and leave. Are you telling me they just leave? They don't even
know.
get off and then
There
leave?
might be some people that get off. There's some people that literally watch you for your voice, which is weird to me.
Is that?
Yeah, especially for me. I feel like I have a pretty shitty voice. I used to get roasted all the time back in the day for being Southern.
Yeah.
Dude, that was like the epitome of my YouTube career at like the beginning. I would like want to do like a gameplay commentary, and I was even more Southern like as a kid. And I'd just be like, "Hey guys, how we doing? Hey, we're gonna be playing some Call of Duty." And everyone in the comments would just roast the fuck out of me, and it would like terrorize me. I was like, "Dude, you gotta be kidding me, man."
Man, you should hear my wife, man. She's got that Southern belle.
She a hillbilly,
Oh man, she's got that Southern belle accent.
country bumpkin.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And she would be right at home with a baby on one hip and a beer on the other, you know. Just
It's a beautiful woman right there.
yeah. Hey y'all. And
That's what you want.
I'm fucking as far away from that as possible. I'm like, and they're like, "Well, where are you from?" I'm like, I was born and raised right here, right with you guys. I avoided that for some reason.
Where are you actually from? I don't know.
North Florida, right there, like at the Georgia line. North Florida is
kinda.
yeah, that's in the south, dude. Come on.
Florida's pretty non-southern though. That's like where the Northerners move to like get away
it
from
depends.
cold weather.
You know what's weird about Florida? The more southern you get, the more northern it gets.
Yeah,
I'm right here at the Georgia line. I'm like 10 minutes away.
Well, I mean, I don't really know how Florida works. I just know that's where old people go, like old people that retire up north. So I figure
Dude,
they're all
YouTubers should come here. There's no income tax.
Yeah, I actually know a guy who said he moved to Florida just for that reason.
Yeah,
And it's a YouTuber.
and Texas too. I think. I don't think they have an income tax, a state income tax.
I think Texas is just weird in general. They
Yeah.
like have Texas could literally leave like America because right?
They have,
Isn't there
like,
some law that they can leave whenever they want?
And
crazy.
they have like an insane GDP. I think they provide, that's their claim to fame. They're like, we provide more than we take in from the federal government. I'm like, well, duh. I mean, I want to know which states are not providing. How about that? And then we kick them out. I want to keep all the people that provide a lot, and then like the states like I don't know, fucking Nebraska. Like, what have they ever done?
Corn.
Yeah.
They're like America's #1 corn dealer.
How great would that be to kick out a landlocked state?
Dude,
like one of those in the middle? Like, so they can't go anywhere. They have no ports.
Dude, there's literally like a country in America, isn't there? Like there's some like crazy dude who like literally owns a country in America, like a tiny like acre or something. I watched something about it. I don't know if they probably just don't recognize that he exists.
Yeah, they probably like that that guy that ran like Sealand or whatever that's called off the coast of England.
Yeah, something I guess like that. I don't know.
He was like, yeah, it's its own country, and everybody's like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
And there was also in the beginning there was that place. It was called like Rupert's Tract or something like that. It was like this guy that was like, I claimed this area, and it was like the size of an entire state, and he was like, this is my place. it was up near the Great Lakes, I think.
I don't know.
But,
something like that. Some fucking whack job.
Yeah. That's what we got here. Oh, hey. Okay, hold on. I got a horrible list of shit. Just random stuff I want to talk about.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. Have you ever seen those primitive tech channels? You know, like the guy that's out there just in his underwear beating up stuff with sticks.
Yeah, he's like beating mud. I've seen one where I don't know if it's the same guy, but he like some dude, some Indian like native looking fuck, half naked, built like some underground pool looking thing.
Now
Is that like what he does?
That one's blowing up. I was talking about this with my friends. So the primitive tech guy is like this American dude. He goes out in the woods and he's like, I'm gonna make a furnace or whatever, right? He got really popular. Well, then all these Vietnamese guys were like, well, that's our weekend, dude. We could do this. So they started making these videos that were like view whoring is what everybody has attributed them to. But they're doing it way better than primitive tech guy. They probably have to survive.
Yeah.
These fucking guys go out there and then like, it looks like they work for like 6 hours and they build like these crazy huts out of bamboo and shit. And then there's that guy that you're talking about that he builds like an underwater temple from fucking Zelda and like fills it up with water.
Yeah. That shit's wild, dude.
Yeah, and he's got like a little grass bed and everything in there.
Yeah, he'll have like a bamboo chute coming from a river.
Yeah.
Like fill it up. It's like, dude, what the fuck? How do you
saw a guy I think it was over like a week's time. He built a bamboo hut on like stilts. And then it was in like this field. And then he made a fucking aqueduct out of bamboo and diverted a stream and filled up he made a rice paddy underneath his hut. And I was like, that's some shit I've never seen. That primitive tech guy still banging rocks together. This Vietnamese guy is going to have a computer in that hut in like a week. This guy is insane.
Set up like some NVIDIA factory in it or something.
He's going to be soldering in there. Like he's moving so fast up the technology tree. He's already made aqueducts and shit. The other guy's still figuring out how to make a brick. It's been 4 years with primitive tech, you know? Yeah. That guy's insane.
I've only seen those on Twitter, though. Like, I've never actually seen them in my recommended or anything.
Oh, you need to see them in the recommended. They're great. On YouTube, they're great.
Yeah, I'll have to watch them. That's something I haven't really watched that much.
I saw those guys. There's a couple of different ones, but the Vietnamese dudes, it looks like there's 2 of them. And they're like buddy. And I saw them, they made like this hut, and they made a koi pond where they fucking went out to a river and just snatched fish out with their bare hands.
Call that noodling.
Yeah. No, there was one where the guy was going to get water to fill up his underground harem thing he was making, right? And he went down there and like while he was getting water, he saw like a catfish and he noodled that fucker. He started like fisting the earth and grabbed it out of its hole. That was insane.
I wouldn't even know how to do something like that.
Right?
Could you imagine taking a bitch on a date and you said like, yeah, I just dug you a fucking mud hole.
Filled it with water to your Taj Mahal hut. Check this fucking place out. You ain't never seen something like this. You know what's crazy about those is at the end, there's one channel where like they do that same thing where they make like underground crazy bunkers and stuff, and they're always in the jungle or whatever. But when they're done, he has like this infatuation with making a trap door out of leaves, and he like places it over it so you don't even know it's there. And then you know he's like done with the video, so he just fucking walks away from it. There's going to be some kid.
So somebody just walks and falls.
Walking through the jungle. He's going to fall through this trap door of leaves into like this weird palace water thing. I'm sure it's got like snakes and shit.
Yeah, it's probably full of gators or whatever now because he just left it.
Yeah, this place is, those guys are insane. That's like, you ever seen something on YouTube where you watch it and you go, wow, that is so beyond anything I'm ever going to do on YouTube?
Yeah, there's this one guy. Have you seen the guy that does like the train surfing stuff? His name's like Shay or something.
No,
I've binge watched so many of those videos, dude. He's a guy. He'll go out and he'll have like a backpack full of like MREs or whatever, and like rice and chicken or something, and he'll like follow a train to like the Black Sea. He does all this crazy stuff. He did like a journey through Chernobyl without like guides or anything, like illegally.
Yeah.
And like has a GoPro and films all of it. It's so fucking sick to watch. It's like, dude, I would never. And he like has a tent. He basically has everything he needs for like a week in his backpack, and just goes, and he like drank out of some water reservoir, like burnt down building in Chernobyl. And it's like, dude, you could not pay me to do that. It's like it collects Chernobyl rainwater and he just drinks out of it.
Nah, his asshole is gonna grow fucking spider legs after that shit.
Yeah, it's like, dude, is that worth the fucking million views, really?
Yeah, it's not
harming your body.
Like, nah, damn. I would have so many Geiger counters on me.
Oh yeah, they have the dose dosimeter, whatever you call
Yeah.
it. It reads the radiation and he does all that shit. Dude, that's wild. Like watching him train surf and stuff. But dude, I would never do some shit like that. I'm too much of a pussy.
I'm sure you've seen that guy that's like he's like a Russian dude, or he might be like Estonian or something like that. And he goes and like does urban exploration in the Soviet Union or ex-satellite country area. He does like dude, the guy looks like a fucking goblin. I don't know how to say this. He has like some sort of birth defect. I don't know. And he's like, I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry. But he's like a Russian Ricky Berwick looking guy. And he fucking goes down into like these like Soviet era missile silos. And he just drinks vodka and screams all day. I don't know.
That sounds
You never
amazing.
seen those?
No, I need to watch it though. I feel like if he went to Chernobyl, they would just think he was like some...
Oh, he's been here the whole time.
Have you seen someone
I thought
like
we moved everybody out.
Have you seen someone like Ricky Berwick in Chernobyl? It's like, how did he survive?
He was there. He was at ground zero.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
Stalkers exist. Jesus Christ, what else was I gonna talk about? I think we about wrapped her up, to be honest. Oh wait, no, I know exactly what I was gonna tell you. I've studied you, right? So when I asked you to be on this thing, I studied you to a T. And I think,
here it is.
and
What's
after
my evaluation?
Yeah, well, when I was looking at your Twitter and everything, and then looking at stuff that like pictures you DM me, I feel like
DM'd you.
Yeah, I feel like
DM'd you pictures. Oh,
I've deduced that you browse OK Buddy Retard on Reddit.
I do not use Reddit often.
Oh, you don't?
I'm not. I've tried to get into it, and I
could have swore, dude. You have like, I don't know if you know what OK Buddy Retard is, but it is a subreddit of people pretending like they're retarded, and all they do is post like, basically retard memes. Like, you should really, if you're gonna check out Reddit, that's the only thing I really follow is OK Buddy Retard. It's fucking incredible.
I feel like I've heard of that, like the OK Buddy Retard or whatever, but I don't get on Reddit very often. And I used to watch a lot of the Internet Historian. Well, I mean, I still do when he uploads like the Internet Historian stuff. Yeah. And he'll talk about like, you know, the stuff that happens on 4chan. So like obviously you get interested and you want to go look. And 4chan, every time that I've looked at it, is just like some cesspool of like furry porn or something. It's like, dude, I don't want to look at this. I feel like I'm doing irreversible damage to myself.
4chan is great, and then at the same time, it's also full of like those I'm trying really hard to be edgy, funny type people, you know?
Yeah.
Where they miss the mark.
I can see that.
Yeah. But then again, the whole world is full of people that miss the mark on comedy. And I should know because I'm one of them.
I feel like I'm about to say I'm one of them too. I do that a lot.
It's you know what? But I'll spend my whole life trying. By God, I'll die trying.
That I feel that.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about trying stand up?
Dude, I was talking about that with Mr. Mimeo. I don't know if you know that guy.
I do know Mimeo. Yeah.
Yeah, Mimeo did stand up for like 6 months. I talked to him last episode.
Really?
Yeah, he was my last episode, and he did stand up for 6 months, and then he's like, I gave it up just because like behind the scenes stuff. And I was like, what do you mean behind the scenes stuff? He's like, the comedians that were at the club were just like backstabbers and they were fucking snakes, man.
Oh, drama.
He's like, yeah, Tasmania is just not a great scene for it. I was like, fucking Tasmania. Like, I thought that was made up Looney Tune shit. I looked it up. He tried to do stand up in like, Tasmania has one big city called Hobart and he lives there.
Yeah.
And he did stand up at it, and it has I think it has a population of like 200,000. Like Bedoy, like of course stand up's gonna suck there. God, I thought he was
200,000 sounds like a lot to me.
Yeah,
dude, but I'm in the boonies, man.
Oh, you are?
Like, yes, bro. I think it's funny. Like people will like think or whatever or say like, "Oh, you're not really from the South. You're not a real Southerner." Like that's supposed to like offend me or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I literally live in like the fucking like bumfuck South Carolina. Well, not like super bumfuck, but it's pretty.
It's all relative, to be honest. Yeah, I think a lot of people claim the whole Southerner thing is a lot like black people with the ghetto. They're like, our struggle has been more severe than your struggle. You know, like, did you really come from the ghetto like me?
Yeah.
And it's like the people at the bottom of the list for Southerners are people that are from West Virginia. Like. Those are the people that are like, you're not really from the South unless you're from West Virginia. It's like, okay, we get it. You don't have running water in your house, all right?
Yeah.
You get all the kudos and bragging rights. You're the most Southern out of all.
Yeah, you
of
are
us.
the most Southern.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I guess like Amish people, but they could have electricity. They just don't feel like it.
Yeah, imagine that. God.
Right?
That's where dude, they need to make like primitive technology like Amish videos. And I would watch that.
I would love
That'd
to
be
go
awesome.
into an Amish community and just like see the shit that they do. Like and I would love to just go to an Amish community and like do like just
Show 'em a
try.
phone.
No, like while I'm doing like a documentary or something like that, just kind of like joke with them. Like I want to see what their sense of humor is like because they seem like such straightforward, practical people. But you could make
Show
them
'em,
laugh
like,
at some fucked up
cursed
shit.
meme or something.
Yeah, like something. I want to see if you can make them laugh. I want to see an Amish person laugh. And not
I don't
only
know
that,
if that'd
but
be necessarily a good thing or bad thing. I feel like, God, dude, I feel like Amish people, like a 40-year-old Amish man would like laugh at Tom and Jerry like hysterically or something like that.
yeah, look at the cat. The cat, he got hurt.
He got hit with a bat.
Yeah.
Dude, sometimes that happens to me. Like I'll be showing somebody something that I think is like hilarious, like the situation or whatever, like me like having a conversation with somebody, and they'll totally like disregard anything being said and just be like, oh, he has a freckle above his eye or something.
Yeah.
Like it's like that is not what was meant to be laughed at, but okay.
Or I'll show my wife something that I think is absolutely hysterical, and she just won't get it.
Dude, yes.
Or
Totally.
it's a totally different wavelength, you know.
Yeah.
And then like one of the funniest videos she's ever seen is that baby covered with peanut butter. And then,
Yes.
like that's comedy gold for her.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'll show her something and she'll be like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I think one of the funniest movies ever made is The Big Lebowski, and she's like, I just don't get it. Like there's no, like, do you need a laugh track for this movie or something? Like,
I've heard of that movie, but I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it? It's great, man. That's
I'm
about
not
as good
really
as it
like a
gets.
movie dude. I don't know. Like I like watching movies, dude. I watch. Oh my god, the other night I like to try and find. It's something I've just recently done. I've done it one time. I say I like to do it, but I've done it one time. I try and find like a really shitty movie or something. I was browsing through Netflix, and I like watching funny movies for the most part. But I was browsing through like the comedy section, and there was this movie called Look Who's Back. Have you heard of that?
No.
Dude, it's in all German. It's about like if Hitler survived and woke up like modern day. And how it's on Netflix, I don't know.
I think
Like,
I've
they'll
actually
take
heard of
Borat
it.
off, but they'll
Yeah.
have that on there.
Wait,
And it's
they took
all in
Borat
German.
off?
I think so. I think they like took it off because people get offended or whatever. But they have like Hitler, like a Hitler comedy on there. So okay.
Yeah.
But I watched that, and it's all in German. And I only got like an hour through it or whatever. But there's like one part where Hitler is like listening to like modern music, and he's like listening to rap. And like it's like some rap song where the dude's like saying the N-word a lot. Dude, it's just fun. Like Hitler like saying the N-word, trying to figure out like it's pretty funny, but it's all in German. And that's the kind of shit that I'll
That
find and watch.
I love like the rip-off movies that are on Netflix. Like, or not Netflix, but especially Amazon Video. You can find a lot of rip-off garbage, like D-rate copies of movies. I found like a Mad Max wannabe. It was like right after Mad Max came out in like the 80s. They came out with like another version of Mad Max called Hell on Wheels. And it was basically Mad Max with even less budget, but with just titties. That's all it was titties. Like every girl was stripped nude. Titties were everywhere. And I was like,
Hell on Wheels was like that like Western movie or show. Or is it just something different called Hell on Wheels?
It's probably just something. They probably just took the same
probably
name.
so.
They just done it. They didn't even fucking care. They didn't even check to see if the name was taken.
Like some copyright law pending
Yeah.
on that one or something.
And it was fucking incredible. It was incredibly bad. But
I never use Amazon Prime Video. I think I've used it like once
yeah,
in my life because it has like SpongeBob on there, and I felt like watching SpongeBob.
yeah.
That's the only time I've ever used it.
I actually never looked at, I guess chronologically, how SpongeBob came out, but I was looking last night. I was like, this show fucking sucks now. It is really bad.
Oh, dude, it's fucking terrible now. Well, like the creator died or something, and
Yeah. And I was
guess
looking
they
at
hired new people.
how the seasons came out. And like that show was great until like the first movie came out is like the turning point from when it got bad, which was like 2005 or 2006 or something.
Dude,
and
that was my shit back in the day. Love
dude,
SpongeBob.
Go look at the episodes that came out in season 1. They are just banger after banger. They're all classics.
Yeah.
And fucking SpongeBob meets Sandy, and he's like, "Air is good, Patrick. Air is good." That whole thing.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, those are all great, man. And and the whole the pizza one where they deliver the pioneers used to ride these things for miles. Yeah, that whole thing.
Yeah.
There were some classics on that season, and they just they were great for years, and then that just show went down the shitter. I found a picture of me from 1999, and I'm wearing a SpongeBob T-shirt, and it had like this crazy like blocky letters and shit. I was like, God, I wonder where that shirt is now. I'd wear the fuck out of that shirt.
Dude, like cartoons back in the day for kids were so much better than they are now. Like some of the shit that I see, like I'll just be like, I don't know where I would see it, just like browsing Target or something.
Fucking Loud House. Have you seen the Loud House?
No. Well, I can imagine you experience it more with a daughter and everything.
Uh-huh.
Seeing this shit.
Loud House.
But like back in the day, it sounds like shit. Like cartoons used to be fucking hilarious. Like you can still go watch as an adult like old SpongeBob or something, and you'll laugh at some parts. Like calling people
Dexter's
from
Lab.
Texas dumb. You know, like
Dexter's
I never
Lab
really
was
got.
insane.
I watched Dexter's Laboratory like a little bit. I never got too big into it. It was always SpongeBob for me. Like Nickelodeon was like what I watched growing up. For the most part.
Really?
And I would watch like Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Yeah.
And like stuff like that. But other than that, I never really watched.
I think I resonated with Ed, Edd n Eddy so much and Dexter's Lab because the parents were so out of it. Like they showed the parents on Dexter's Lab, but they weren't like an integral part of the story. And then Ed, Edd n Eddy, there was never parents. And I think that was like, that's how my neighborhood was growing up. Was like during the summer, the kids went out and the parents were like, look, I'm coming back for work, you know? And I want to, you know, when I come back from work, you come home for dinner and that's it. Like you are outside until then. And so we'd go I would hang out with kids in the neighborhood. And it was a lot like that, but I didn't live on a cul-de-sac. I had friends that lived on cul-de-sacs. That shit was awesome. All the kids would play out in the middle, you know? But
God, that sounds awesome. I wish I would have had that as a kid. Fuck.
Why you had nothing out there?
Well, dude, I mean, not really. I mean, you had in the South, I feel like you have sports. And that's like it. Like everyone meets like once a week to play like football or baseball, and then it's like fuck off. We had like a video class at my high school, and like obviously like nobody really knew what the fuck they were doing. And so like my videos would always be the best and the ones that get played like at lunchtime in the lunchroom. So I did that and I played sports. I played guitar. Like I just did everything. I don't know. I was friends with everybody. So
you enjoyed your high school years?
I didn't enjoy it, but I fucking hated school. I always wanted to get home and do YouTube. Yeah. Like even like through sports and all of it, I was like, dude, I want to get home and fucking be a retard online.
So how old are you right now?
I'm 22.
22. Okay. Yeah. Is there anything from your days of you being in high school doing YouTube that you're actually proud of, video wise?
I did a lot of Rust stuff when I was still in high school. So those, like the Rust videos, I guess. But if I was to go back and watch them, I'd probably hate them. Yeah. So I'll just let. I was thinking the same thing.
Like when I was in high school, I was like, oh, I do this YouTube thing, and then like looking back on it, fuck, that was so long ago. I'm like a decade older than you. You know, that was back when like the Dazzle capture card with no mic was the standard on YouTube.
Well, see, I was still doing it then. I was just obviously terrible. Yeah. Because I've pretty much been doing YouTube my whole life. Like seriously, like my first YouTube channel was me doing like stop motions and shit with like Mario toys, because Mario was like always like the big video game or whatever that I was like super into as a kid and like growing up and stuff. Yeah. So I would make like shitty like Mario videos with toys and stuff like that. Just garbage. But that's what I do in my free time. There'd be nothing else to do. So
I was always super interested in doing like those stop motion videos.
Yeah.
You know? And then I realized I don't have the patience for that.
Yeah, like I did that
takes a
as
lot
a
of
kid
patience.
because there's no way I could do something like that now.
Yeah.
Like I would sit and take a photo, like, move the toy, take a photo. It's like, dude, like what the fuck? I would need like 20 Adderall to do something like that now.
You know what I used to
Fuck
do
that
as a
shit.
kid that I was like super patient about that I don't have the time for now? I used to sit there and like I would browse for like 40 minutes to try to find a porn that was like the perfect porridge, like the perfect one. And
Really?
now
I feel like
now
that's
it's like
opposite with me.
really?
Yeah.
Dude, now I like fucking exposeboob.com or something. I'm just like,
that's backwards with like for me because I feel like as a kid, if you
I
want to
have
watch
that
porn, it's
Alinity
just like
nipple screenshot. I just pulled that up.
yeah, like as a kid, it's just anything, dude.
Yeah.
I remember, dude. Do you remember the first thing you jerked off to?
No, I don't remember the first time, but I do remember pulling up. This was before streaming video was a thing. I remember on a dial-up connection, I would pull up a picture and I would it would load from the top down. And as
Loads like one line at a time.
And as it got down to like the titties, I'd be like, I don't like those. I'd close out of it really quick before it loaded the rest of it. And I'd keep
take you
pulling
30
them up.
minutes to get another photo up. God.
And that's why it would take so long. I'd sit there. I'd probably browse the same amount that I did back then, but back then it was an hour's worth of browsing to find the perfect thing.
God almighty. Dude, I remember, dude, I was like pretty, not like, I don't know how to say, like not sheltered.
Yeah.
But I would always have like the fear in the back of my mind. Like if I was like to look up something, like they're going to find it. Like my parents would find my search history or something like that. So I would never, ever search anything because I was terrified. I'm like, dude, I'm going to get in so much trouble. So one day, like, oh, dude, my mom bought me like a Nintendo Power magazine. And in like the back of the magazine, they would have like advertisements for other magazines or whatever.
Yeah.
And one was Sports Illustrated like swimsuit edition. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, dude, I'm never telling mom. I like fucking, yeah, like hid that shit.
Was it just
Nintendo
like
Power
a picture
magazine.
of the front of the magazine?
Yeah, it was a picture of the front of the magazine.
Dude, that's pretty sad. That is
pretty fucking baller. That's like some like 60 shit.
You know what's the manliest shit I've ever seen was this kid that I went to elementary school with, right? This kid knew from the get-go exactly what he wanted. His name was Gavin. His family was British, but he was born in America, so it was weird because it was like this. It almost looked like an adopted kid. Like he had a regular accent, but his parents were British. And so I remember going over to his house, and he was like, we were just like in the living room doing something, we were playing or whatever. His parents were watching TV, and the Victoria's Secret commercial came on, and and I've never seen someone. You could tell he had done this before. He just got up and stood in between his parents and the TV and told them to shut up. He was like, shh, shh, shh. And he just sat there and watched it from its entirety. Like he was just the bitches with the wings, the angel wings walking down the strip thing, trying on the lingerie and stuff. And then when it finished, he calmly walked over to me and kept playing. He was just like, hold on, bitches.
It's like, I need this moment.
There's titties up on the screen. Like I've never seen like parents be put in their place because they were like, Gavin, could you move? He's like, shh, shh, stop.
God, that's so funny. I kind of have a story similar to that. Yeah, like I have a story kind of similar, but not really. Did you ever watch Girls Gone Wild growing up?
Yeah, I remember when that shit came out. Yeah.
Dude.
And the commercials would come on at like 3 a.m.
Dude. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I had a friend, his name's Brandon, and he stayed like at my house a whole summer. And he just basically lived there all summer at my house. And it was at that age where it's not okay, let me just say this properly. It's not weird for two dudes to sleep together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like yeah,
it's not weird now, there's nothing wrong with
that.
It's
not ever weird, but it's not. It was at that age, and dude, and he's in my room like the whole time. And like I'd never really had any privacy, but one night, and I'm in like some, it's not like what is like this bed, like a double bed, It's like not a twin bed. It's like not a queen or king. It's like in between or whatever.
Yeah.
So in one of those beds, and it's like 3 a.m. and I'm like, dude, Girls Gone Wild is coming on tonight. Because I had watched it like I guess the summer before or whatever, and I was like, I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna jerk off regardless. And he was like asleep next to me in bed, and I'm just like sitting there, fucking with the remote in my hand, like watching Girls Gone Wild. There's like some chick like doing jumping jacks with her titties out.
Yeah.
And he wakes up, and I'm just like sitting there jerking off beside him.
Oh, you're that fucking guy. Jesus.
Yeah, and dude, I'm not ashamed. I tell him to this day, I'm like, dude, you spent a whole summer at my house, and you just expect me not
like
to
at
jerk
that point,
off.
come on, bro.
Yeah, it's like, dude, just let me have this like hour to myself,
right?
Please.
I remember
So,
I had everybody had that friend when you're like
Yeah.
a teenager that you had like come over for the summer. I was down at my dad's house, and he had put up these bunk beds in one of the rooms, and he'd be like, hey, invite a friend over. And then because my parents had divorced, and he was doing that thing where he's like, I'm your dad, buddy, fun stuff at my place, right?
Yeah.
And so he was like, yeah, bring a friend, and you guys can spend like weeks down here, and it'll be fun because I'm divorced and my life isn't falling apart. I promise you. Come on, we can do whatever you want to do. And he was down at the beach, and we're like, all right, fine. So I got my friend Michael to come down with me, and he had these. It was a metal bunk bed. And my dad is this fucking Jewish guy. He's not a fucking engineer, right? He doesn't know how to put together a bunk bed. So like the screws are barely tightened on it. And so it squeaks
cheaply
a lot.
made. Save money.
Yeah. And so I'm sleeping bottom bunk. And then like I wake up in the middle of the night because like I hear this creaking. It's my fucking friend above me whacking off, and like the whole bed's going. And I'm like, dude, you could have got up and whacked off in the bathroom or in the living room on the couch. Like, you had to do it on the squeakiest fucking thing that I had.
At least it's a bunk bed. Like, damn, I was doing it next to my friend.
Yeah. Use your friend's hands to cup your balls like it's somebody else.
It's like spoon up against him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked
Bro,
about
you
that.
knew
We
what
tell
you were getting
everybody
into.
that. Yeah. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
listen, you spent the whole summer here and you expect this not to happen. Like, come on.
Well,
Seriously.
how old were you?
Probably like just at the age where you're like starting to like want to jerk off. So I was probably like 13 maybe.
Yeah.
14. Like in that weird period. Is
Yeah.
that middle school? It
I
might have
think
been
that's middle school.
It might have been even younger than that. I might have
Yeah.
been 11 or 12. I don't know.
I remember the first time I jacked off was like way before. I was like, it was really early, and it was before like puberty. Because I remember like my dick, like it just coughed instead of. It was so awesome because it was like it was before I made cum. It was just like like nothing came out, and it was the cleanest. Like now you have to get the tissues and everything, like clean shit up and like pull out the mop and bucket. But back then it was like. Back then, you could just whack off and go, immediately pull up your pants and walk away.
Yeah.
And then you hit like 12, 13, and all of a sudden, you start spitting
Now it's a
ropes, and it
mess.
gets worse. Yeah. And now I avoid drinking water for 5 days just so I don't have to, so I don't coat everything. Have you ever been well hot? Yeah. Have you ever like right now in quarantine, I don't think anybody's whacking off because there's fucking, like my wife and kid are always home. I can't like whack off in the middle of the day. Have you ever been like super hydrated and not whacked off for a week?
Dude, I don't think ever since I discovered what jerking off is, I don't think I've went a week.
I'm telling you, dude, you'll jettison yourself across the room. It'll be like you're holding on to those fire hoses. You know, they get like the first guy at the fire hose gets thrown back.
I've been a week without jerking off. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. I didn't know drinking water affected that though. That's all I drink is water. Maybe that's lifestyle change.
Totally dehydrate yourself and you'll be coming toothpaste. It'll just come out.
I remember my first time it was like clear. Was your
Yeah,
it was like clear nothing.
yeah. God, them's were the days.
Yeah, those were the days, dude.
Nothing like talking about underage kids whacking off.
Oh my god.
This is what I want every podcast to be. I'm just gonna start asking people. So tell me about your prepubescent whacking off period.
It's just a good story, dude. Because like as a kid, I don't know, dude. You just like when you're discovering what it is, you just do it anywhere. You don't really care.
Yeah, I actually talked about that. I think on a prior episode. There's like that Louis C.K. has a bit where he's talking about like him whacking off as a teenager, and he would come home and like fuck the house. You know, like he would like fuck the couch and and like close his dick in the refrigerator door and stuff, like anything.
Gotta
and
practice.
Like, dude, that was That's every teenager. They're just like, they're looking around the house like, what has a dick-shaped hole in it? And I think every kid has taken the lid off their shampoo bottle in the shower and crammed their dick down the hole. Have you ever done that?
I've never done that. I can honestly say.
Well, then you grow up and like you keep doing it, and then like all of a sudden you're of the age where like your dick doesn't fit in the shampoo bottle anymore, and so then you're like, oh, I got a great idea. I fit in here last time. Well, this time I'm gonna be soft and put it in there, and then I'll get it hard, and it'll still fit, and then your dick gets stuck in the shampoo bottle. Everybody's done that, right? No,
I've never done that.
Me either.
I was always scared to use like shampoo and stuff like that because I thought it would like get my fucking pee hole and kill me.
That's half the fun.
Little spice like a little on bit top.
There's a fine line between pleasure and pain, and by God, I'm gonna blur that line. There's a little bit of burning,
get a little
sensation.
Rowdy.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I never used shampoo. I think I might have used shampoo once, and I was terrified.
Yeah, everybody always says like, "Oh, don't get soap in your pee hole." I'm like, am I the only person with like a non-gaping pee hole? Like, I have a normal, looks like an Asian person's normal, eyes. Yeah. Everybody acts like it's a funnel. Don't get soap in it. Fucking pretty easy. If you get soap in it, just pee it out or hurry up, finish, and cum it out. Like, it's not that you act like the soap's just gonna burn all the way down through into your bladder or something. I don't know.
Dude, I don't know if this is like TMI or whatever, but one time as a kid, like I was genuinely terrified of shit like that. Especially that like I had like specific things as a kid that it resonates in your mind, and that was one of them. I went like a month without washing my dick as a kid. And then I went to pee one day and I was like, what is that? Like I guess I just didn't realize. And I like pulled like, dude, it looked like I had grown a foreskin. I pulled off like this filth, and I was like, dude, what the fuck is that? I was like, maybe I should start washing my dick.
Oh, gross. You're like circumcised. Are you not circumcised? Or are you circumcised?
No, I am circumcised. Yeah.
Okay. God.
Yes, I am.
I always make fun of
you said your dad is Jewish, so you're not.
No, I am circumcised. Jews do circumcise. What's funny though? Is
that's right. Yeah, they're the ones who invented it. Yeah, that's right.
My brother is not circumcised.
Oh.
Yeah. So I always say like, hey man, you're the diamond in the rough. I'm the diamond. You know what I'm saying? I'm cut. You know what I'm saying? Because we got like the same cock, except for his has the hood thing going on. He's got that turtleneck. Yeah, now apparently they started to give him a circumcision, and then he was bleeding everywhere, so they stopped. So he's got the worst of both worlds. He has both the circumcision scar, but without the circumcision.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. I was like, well, that sucks for you, bro.
At least it works. I'm assuming.
Now, have you heard that horror story of like they used to do a circumcision where they'd use like electricity to like burn off the foreskin?
No.
And like this doctor fucked it up and just completely removed the cock at like the stump. I don't know how he messed it up that bad.
Dude, that is fucking terrible.
Yeah, and they chose to like, the parents were like, well, I don't know what we're going to do. So they chose to just raise the boy as a girl. It was just a chain reaction of bad decisions all the way around.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, and this was in like the 80s or something like that. But anyways, it's some landmark case of like psychologists realizing like, maybe these transgendered people are kind of born this way. You can't just force someone to become a girl halfway, like, you know. Because the person was like, "No, I'm kind of a boy, and I kind of wish you hadn't burned my cock off this time." That would have been
nice
cool.
to have a cock in this situation.
Honestly, when it comes to circumcisions, I'd like to see like their past work. You know, like a tattoo artist. You know, like do you have a book of perfectly cut cocks?
Just a book of fucking baby dicks.
Yeah,
so you can see here.
Can I take this home and study it? So I want to see, like how, and I want to see like what they look like growing up because. Yeah, I don't want to look through this guy's thing.
Take a photo after they do it, and then when they're 20 or something.
Yeah, we need. Well, that's what penis inspection day is, right? They always talk about that in school. Yeah, penis inspection day is to make sure that everything's going all right.
Dude, did you ever have a physical growing up?
Nah. Well, sort of. Well, yeah, I had like a physical where they like check your balls and everything. Yeah.
Dude, I was always like terrified of that.
Really?
Yeah, because like kids would always like make up these horror stories. Like, yeah, the doctor had to put a rod up my fucking ass and then like wrap my cock around my neck. It's like when I went to get my physical, the doctor was just like, "Yep, all right,
Yep, that's working.
yeah,
Yeah. You might want to wash it, but that's working.
yeah." I want to clean that like shit around it off.
You are supposed to wash the tip. Yeah. No, I remember when I had like my physical as a kid, they would like make you take off your shirt and your pants and everything, like get naked. And like my mom was in the room with me, and before the appointment, for some reason that day I had taken a Sharpie and drawn like a giant circle around each nipple and then a smiley face under my belly button. And and they were like, "All right, get naked." I was like, "Okay." I took it all off. And my mom's like, "What the fuck?" And the doctor's like, "Dude, I've been doing this for 35 years. This is the first time I've seen this shit."
That's amazing.
He's like, "Why?" I was like, "I don't know. I thought it looked like a face. The nipples look like eyes to me." I drew the face underneath.
That's awesome.
It was a strange dude. And then that guy had the nerve to retire on me. Can you believe that? He was my pediatrician.
Mine did as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I called him up. Or no, I called the office. I was like, "Yeah, I'd like to make an appointment." And they were like, "Yeah, he retired." And I was like, "Are you fucking me?" And they're like, "Well, he's like 98." So yeah, he's like,
yeah.
He's retired.
That's
I was
the
like,
only other man that's like seen me naked.
Yeah. I was like, I grew up with this guy. So I went and got a doctor that's like, I think he's like 30. He might be like 2 or 3 years older than me. And I was like, I figure he's going to be doing it for a long time so I can die with this one, you know?
Yeah.
I'll just stay with him
a cool
forever.
Rad doctor. It's got like a tattoo or something.
Nah, he's
like
a normie.
Doctor.
Yeah, he ain't cool. He's a normie.
No.
But and I've checked him out, dude. He's got those banana hands. He's got big ass hands, dude. When it comes to that prostate exam, I'm gonna get his physician's assistant to do it. I don't want.
You don't want him to do it?
No, I don't want him blowing my ass out with them big ass hands.
I thought you meant you were looking forward to it.
No, I'm not.
Looking forward to them long fingers going in.
Nah. I was, that guy voiceover Pete. Do you know him?
That is, I know the name.
He was on Fiverr, and he like did all like those memes about
the old man.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was supposed to have that guy on here.
Really?
And then he fucking blew me off twice in a row. I'm not talking my cock,
blew
but like
off by
no, he was like, yeah, let's do it this date, and then he didn't come, and then he's like, let's do it this date, and then he didn't come, so now I'm fucking mad at him.
Now you're stuck with this fucking piece of shit.
He's really gonna have to do a huge turnaround to get back in my good graces. Yeah. But I was gonna ask him about like, is the prostate exam really as bad as everyone's making it out to be? That's what I was gonna ask him, because I know he's like super family friendly.
I don't know much about him except he says like, dude, I was like one of the first people actually to tweet out like one of those videos, because I would have people,
the credit card ones.
Yeah, it's like John Wick needs your credit card information.
Yeah,
because I don't know where
the best one was the New Vegas one. Benny is gonna steal the platinum chip. The courier needs your help. Yeah,
I tweeted that out, and I was having people like message me like, "Where did you find this guy?" And I was like, "Dude, I don't even know."
Yeah.
Can't even
remember.
You
got kicked off Fiverr for that.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
That sucks. So how do you not know that's a joke?
Yeah.
Probably actually little kids like,
and I doubt it was
cards.
I doubt it was even against terms of service. It wasn't. It was not, because no one had even thought that would even happen. I guarantee you they just banned them, and then they wrote in terms of service, don't do that.
Yeah.
Wasn't
like PewDiePie getting people to say fuck shit on there?
Yeah, he got some Indian people to say something about Hitler, and like, that was okay. That's one thing I've always been concerned about. I don't want to get to the level where everything I'm said is scrutinized.
Dude, me either. Holy shit.
Like, imagine being Elon Musk. Like, everything he says drastically affects the prosperity and the stock value of his companies. And
yeah,
I mean,
that's scary.
His whole life is just like under the scrutiny. PewDiePie can't say anything without people going like, "Oh, he's a Nazi."
Yeah, just anything he does. Like, oh, even like him taking a break recently, everybody's just like, "Oh, PewDiePie's taking breaks. There's something."
Yeah, it's probably writing Mein Kampf 2, the sequel.
Yeah, something like
he's
that.
taking his break. And I'm like, dude, can't the guy just fucking live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be a YouTuber that like just flies like under the radar kind of. I want to like, you know, make some funny videos, make some money, and then yeah, that's, you know what I mean? No news headlines, no front page garbage.
Yeah.
So I'm here. I've done my work, and I'm gone. I don't know. I never want to be like so massive. Everybody is like looking at everything I do, which I find weird.
I've always thought if I'm ever going to be in the news, it better be something fucking horrific.
I know, right?
I want
to be skillet tier.
Yeah, I want something where it's like the Unabomber or something where they like study me for decades. I don't want it to be some stupid shit. Like, remember that jackass that like lost his CSGO money, so he drove his sports car into
that
traffic?
was McSkillet. Yeah.
Oh, is that okay? That was me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was like, I wonder why that name resonated with me. And I was like, that people forgot about him already. And I was like, no, I want it to be something where it's like, you ever seen that movie Seven?
I don't think so.
No, has Kevin Spacey in it, and he kills someone in each way. So it's like one of each of the 7 deadly sins, and it's like it's so intricately put together that it's that scene where Brad Pitt's like, "What's in the box?" You've never seen that fucking movie? It's a great movie. You need to put that on your watch list.
All right.
and at the end, he's like, people are going to study what I've done for decades. And I'm like, dude, if I'm ever going to be on Drama Alert with that fucking idiot Keemstar talking about me, it better be for some shit like that. That's some shit that nobody's
going to get documented for years and studied.
He's be like, oh my God, this YouTuber is killed 7 people. He's been planning it for years. Like, I don't want to be caught for some stupid shit. Like, every YouTuber, they always get this power. Right?
Yeah.
And then they use it to like groom teenage girls or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've talked to a teenage girl. They're about the most unsufferable cunts of all time. Why the fuck would you want to groom one of those fucking people?
No. Have you seen Tiger King?
I haven't seen it.
What? Dude, that shit's wild.
Everybody's talking about it though.
Yeah, that shit's wild. I feel like that one guy was like grooming like girls. That was some weird shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was like lure in like the younger girls with like tigers and like promise them like a place to live, and it's like to move up in the chain of work with him you'd have to
that's
fuck
some
him.
Chad shit when you like lure a girl in with tigers, you know?
Dude, you gotta watch that show.
Like, how would he do it
You
specifically?
have to
Would he go like,
watch
hey, check out my tiger, come live with me? Or would he send the tiger out to hunt down a woman and drag her back?
No, it
to
would
his
be like,
cave?
I own all this like property with tigers, and come look at it.
Okay.
Oh,
and this is the guy that looks like Dog the Bounty Hunter, but gay?
No, that it's a different guy on the show.
Okay.
But they only talk about him, like they talk about him throughout the whole show, but they kind of like not really
Gloss
graze
over
over. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
They don't go too in detail with all the shit that he does, but yeah, they like get some girl that was like living there with him and was like, yeah, to like move up and get paid more, you'd sleep. She wouldn't he wouldn't even pay him. They would never like get paid or something. They would only
get
like,
paid
a free
in
place
job
to
titles.
Live. Yeah, they get a place to live and food, and they get to play with tigers, and that was like their job. They'd never like made money or something. Yeah,
we are in the wrong industry,
dude. After watching that, I was like, "What the fuck, dude?" It's like, and one is happening in South Carolina. But the guy I'm talking about he's from South Carolina. It's like that is not far from me at all. It's like I didn't even know that was happening. What the fuck? Yeah, I have friends that like live at Myrtle Beach where this guy is from or based, and they're like, yeah, I've like seen his animals like out in like the like rivers like bathing or something.
Do you remember in
crazy?
I think it was Ohio. There was that guy that he like killed himself, and like the last thing he did before he killed himself was he ran like an animal refuge, and he was like, I'm gonna let all my animals go.
Yeah, I think they talk about that in the show.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they bring that up.
I remember when that happened, all the like America was just outraged at the sheriffs for that county because they were just walking down the road with assault rifles, putting these
mowing
animals
down animals.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the alternative to that? I don't know.
I'm sorry they didn't get training to hunt down a fucking Kodiak bear that was roaming near a preschool.
All right,
That guy
today
signed
we're
up
going
to
over
just-
tackling tigers in case that
Yeah.
ever happens. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
dude?
one of them was like a panther or something like that, and it was like endangered, and he fucking mowed that thing down.
I think the funniest, one of the funniest parts of the show is when they're going over something. I think it's the situation you're talking about when they're talking about it. It's like you hear like a sheriff over like a walkie-talkie. He's like, "We got a monkey running down the street over here," and usually like gunfire. It's like, what is
they
going
didn't
on?
train
Fucking
for that
GTA.
shit. Yeah. And everybody's like, you know what? I was looking at it like, dude, those guys are doing the best they can. I don't want one of those things that fucking hurt people.
Yeah, fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
If there was a tiger like in my neighborhood and the alternative to people dying was that tiger getting mowed down, I would say mow the tiger down.
You're right. A
Come
million
on,
times
let's be
over.
reasonable.
Not only that, but they can't be released back into the wild, can they? And like do anything because they've been in captivity too long.
Yeah, something like I don't know. Something like that. Yeah,
Huh.
the environment they've been brought up in, and dude, that show is wild, man. You got to watch that show.
Yeah. I didn't realize. I thought it was just like a movie thing.
No,
don't
it's
get
it's real. Like all this shit is real, which is
No,
even
I didn't
crazier.
realize it was like a mini series. I thought it was like a 2-hour movie type
Yeah.
thing.
That's what
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be too. But yeah, it's like a documentary, whatever. So it's it's fucking wild.
I think
It takes turns in like the weirdest ways. Anyway.
I think the problem is like I have all these things I want to watch movie wise, and then at the end of the day I'm like, would I rather watch that or play some video games? You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
So I like hop on Discord and just talk to people.
yeah.
'Cause I'm a huge like I love movies, but I just never have the time to watch them.
That's how I am. I don't dude. I don't even really watch TV that often. Like, I only recently started watching TV once I moved out. Other than that, I'd never really watched TV. Like, I watch like sports or whatever occasionally, but yeah, I only watch it like to fall asleep, and I'll put like a stream on or something. Other than that, I don't really watch.
How do you
movies
feel
and
about
shit.
like Twitch streamers?
I think a lot of good streamers don't get the recognition that they deserve, and like the shittiest people get put on the forefront.
Yeah.
At least that's how I feel.
It's always the people that lack personality that are the
Dude,
biggest
yes.
personalities.
Oh my god. It's like, would you rather watch someone like just be insanely good at Fortnite and he's just sitting there like
Yeah. Or even like
not even responding to chat, or it's like, would you watch somebody who's entertaining, like even if they're not like good at a game, you know?
Yeah.
I would rather watch.
I struggle
someone who's
with people
entertaining.
like Shroud. You know, like I don't know Shroud, but I've watched a little bit of him, and I'm like, I don't know, man. There's just not enough there. I guess because he's good is a huge part of it. I think the better you are, the less funny you have to be.
Yeah, I can see both sides.
Yeah.
Because I like watching like speedrunners and stuff like that. Like
All those people are
speedrun.
usually autistic, and that's
I feel
it's a
like,
different.
dude, I feel
they're-
like people who speedrun have to just, there has to be something missing, like up
Yeah.
top. So the
or
focus
added
and
that we can't.
yeah, it's like,
You
what?
know,
It's like I've tried to speedrun. It's like I don't have the attention span.
you see Aqua FPS. He was trying to speed run like yesterday. He was doing it, and on Twitch, and I was like, I'm sorry, Aqua, dude. You can try this all fucking day, but I've talked to you at length for years, and you're a functional human. It's not gonna work. You're not gonna make it, bro. It's like you need to have Asperger's or something like that to be a good speed runner, and he's just not gonna make it.
Yeah, you got to
He's
be on
doing,
some kind of medication, dude.
He's doing Mario 64. Or
Yeah,
Super
that's
Mario,
that's the big one.
yeah, that's the big one. He's entering. He's starting off in the big leagues, and it wasn't working for him.
It's hard, man. I respect it. That like fucking hell, dude. The time that they put into it, and you'll watch
Yeah.
some of them that are like, they're so. It's funny. I actually have Mario 64 right here. I was just playing it before I got on the podcast or whatever. But they'll be like looking at chat and just playing, and like frame perfect jumping, and they're just like reading chat. It's like nothing. It's like, dude, like what the fuck, man? How do you like memorize all that?
The last time I played that game, I was at the age where, I would only progress to a certain point because I was scared of certain parts of the castle. Like when you get down in the basement and there's like that fiery like face on the painting,
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
see it and go, and I'd turn around and walk out. And I'm going in there. I didn't go into that Egyptian level. Fuck that.
Really? That's
Yeah.
dude. That's like my favorite game of all time.
The one with the piano that starts fucking chomping when you get
Dude,
near
that
it.
scared everybody. If you said you weren't scared at that part, you're a fucking liar.
It wasn't even that. It was
terrifying.
Like before you even get to that. Like when you're at that segment of the castle, I think is where you start seeing the floating ghosts or whatever.
Yeah.
I just see those things and do a fucking 180 and walk right back out of there. Nah, I'm going to go back to that snow level and throw that penguin baby off the cliff. That's what I'm doing. That's how I'm spending my time. He was doing the speed run. He wouldn't even, yesterday I was trying to get him to throw the baby off the cliff. He wouldn't do it. I'm like, it's not even going to affect your time that much. Just chuck that thing, dude. You can throw it like 40 feet.
Do you know what category he was doing?
I don't know. No. He was doing this thing where he had to collect 16 stars and then like glitch his way and then fucking do some tomfoolery. And I want to see him. I want an actual speed run where he just does all the stars as fast as possible without doing all the stupid shit where you glitch through walls and crap.
Yeah, that's like the 120 star.
Yeah. I want the legit speed run.
God, dude, that's hard.
Yeah.
That's really fucking hard.
Or have you seen people that do like Dark Souls speed runs? That's what's
I've watched a little bit of that. It's like, dude, I don't even know how you would how do you begin that? Like how do you just say one day I'm going to dedicate 8 hours to like getting this perfect?
Yeah.
Dude, fuck that shit.
Well, they do it pretty quick, man. What pisses me off though is like I watch those and I just get so pissed off because I've spent an entire day just trying to beat Ornstein and Smo by myself, and then they go in and just don't even get hit. I've seen someone do a speed run where they don't get hit.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I played Dark Souls 3 at a friend's house, and that's the only time I've ever gotten into it, and I could not get past the first boss. Probably because I was drunk.
They're a son of a bitch, man. There's nothing.
I was like, dude, what the? Because I like games like that where it kind of just throws you in, and there's no way to like explain what you're doing. They don't show you controls or anything. They're just like, here you fucking go, good luck. And like I sat there for probably 2 hours, and I was like, dude, I cannot beat this first fucking boss.
Fuck this.
I was like, I'm done.
It's Dark Souls 3 though. Oh wait, that was the big Gundyr or whatever, the guy that turns into the giant worm T-Rex thing in the middle. That's the first boss from Dark Souls 3, I think. He's like the tutorial boss.
Maybe so. You're like in an area it's gonna sound very vague, like a dark like there's mountains kind of, there's like a night looking thing. I don't even know how to describe it, but yeah, something like that. It was one of the Dark Souls. Might have been 2 or 3. Couldn't fucking beat it. It was impossible to me.
That they're definitely tough, man. What was cool though is when those games first came out, there was nothing ever like it. Because I don't think even Demon Souls didn't get popular until Dark Souls was popular. Like Dark Souls was the breakout, I think.
Never even heard of Demon Souls. Is that like the same company?
It came out before. Yeah, and it just wasn't very big. It was only on PlayStation 3, I think. But like Dark Souls came out and it was a huge like word of mouth success. And all my friends got it, and that was before everybody knew where all the illusory walls and shit were, and like the Wikipedia was like there's nothing on it, so everybody was literally playing. We were all just kind of like sharing information. Yeah. And we had already beat it by the time that we had found out that you could like chop the tail off the dragon and get like this sword that's really good early on. So we were like finding out stuff as we played. Mm-hmm. And I had never played anything like that. That was like when I know you played DayZ, right? You were a big DayZ person. Yeah, when you first picked up DayZ, had you ever played anything like that? That was fucking insane. That was a game changer. That's the same way Dark Souls was. Yeah.
Yeah, DayZ was fucking wild, dude. I remember I watched White Boy 7th Street play that game.
Yeah, I remember him.
I was like, dude, that is like everything in a game I've ever wanted, like in one.
You know what was insane about that game? This is something you've completely forgot about because it's so commonplace now. But like that game was the first game I'd ever seen where you played it, you collected stuff, and you logged off, and when you logged back on, your guy was still alive. He was where you left off.
Yeah, that was like the coolest fucking feature to me. It's like, dude,
I was like, wait a second. Yeah, I don't have to start again.
Yeah. Like, what?
Yeah, that was insane. That game was so fucking good. The mod and everything. Yeah.
The DayZ mod was like the shit.
That was
before everybody tried to make a survival game and failed miserably.
Before they started adding camping stoves and shit and all sorts of
pointless shit. Dude, DayZ was insane. God, I played that on like the shittiest laptop, and I probably got 20 frames max on
Yeah.
one of the lowest settings, and I just did not even give a shit because it was so good,
Do you remember
so
when
much fun.
Do you remember when it was like standard to have like that intro, you know, where it was like you have to have like the intro to your YouTube videos of like the music and everything? And
Yes.
yeah, I remember I downloaded Cinema 4D and I made a General Sam 122. This was my old channel. I made like an intro and it had like it had full on anti-aliasing and infinite quality on reflections, and I made like a bunch of these mirrored letters in Cinema 4D, which I didn't think about, but there was infinite mirrors going on where I was having to render like infinite amounts of reflections, and I rendered this intro thing for that channel, and then after that I played DayZ on that laptop, and it between those two things it killed my fucking laptop. Laptop was gone. It was brand new.
It bricked.
Yeah. It rendered the intro for 24 hours. It was a 24-hour render.
That's how you know the computer's dying.
You could cook eggs on that fucking trackpad, dude. You know the thing where you like put your finger on it?
Yeah.
That thing was fucking hot, dude. And I remember like Abby kept walking, that's my wife, she kept walking over looking at it going, I don't know, it's putting off a lot of heat. Like it's hot over here. I was like, just let it go. It's halfway through. That fucking killed it.
God, that's
But yeah,
wild.
I got on and played DayZ after that, and I remember it didn't run. It didn't like run well, and then it broke, and I had to get like an actual PC. But
dude, did you like growing up in school? You remember those like shitty like computers where the back was massive? Obviously, you know what I'm talking about, like the gray.
like the monitors
computers.
were big, like
yeah,
the CRT
massive
monitors.
yeah, the massive monitor, dude. I the funniest shit happened in middle school whenever there were computers like that in my school. I told my friend, because like the teacher had so many like icons on his desktop. I was like, dude, go over there and take the mouse and drag over all that and press the enter button on the keyboard like 20 times, like as fast as you can. So he did it, and that computer bricked. It opened up every program on his desktop, and it fucked the whole computer up.
Oh man!
And the funniest part about that is the class after we left, he never used it in that class. So we left, and we were like, thought that was hilarious. I had another friend of mine that was in the class after us who sat next to his computer, and everybody in that class blamed it on him because he had to use the computer. So my friend who was in another class like got in trouble because of what we did in the class. It was so funny, dude.
Oh man,
that was hilarious.
When I was this was in like, you know how they always have like that construction class in high school where you're supposed to learn how to like use tools and shit.
I had Future Farmers of America, so I guess that's southern version.
Yeah. Well, we had like construction class or they call it shop class sometimes, you know, shop class.
Okay.
Yeah. We had construction class, and this was right when those smart boards came out where it has like a projector of what the teacher's desk is looking at, and his office was in what I assume at one point was a painting booth, and they realized high school students with spray paint or like paint guns is a bad idea because those take a lot of maintenance and a lot of know-how to keep them going.
And shaped like a gun.
Yeah, it's just not good. And so he put his office in there, and so he's kind of detached from the rest of the class. But anything he would pull up on his screen would be on this big projector that was kind of out of his view. And we went in there, and so he's in the class teaching some shit. Me and my friends went into his office where he can't really see us, and we changed his homepage on his browser. Instead of it going to like Google or to like the school website, we changed it to this website. I don't even think it's around anymore, called scatlovers.com. And it was just like women eating shit like brownies, dude. They were just fucking
eating
Meat
that Spin or something.
Yeah, it was like a subscription website where it was like, buy our subscription. You can see all the women eating shit you want. And like, they were just eating it. They were loving it. And we made that his thing. So like he would just open up the browser, Internet Explorer, and it would just pull it up. And then he would close it, and he would open it up again, like panicking, and it would pull it up again. And I saw the guy, he opened it up and like 3 times is panicking because it's like pulling it up in front of the whole class on the fucking on the projector thing. And dude, we fucked with that guy so bad.
That's terrible.
Yeah, he was one of those people that. Have you ever had a teacher have someone from the school board come down and like they come in there and they sit in the back of the class, and as a student you're like, oh hey, there's someone just monitoring or whatever the students, we better act right. But in reality, the teacher's freaking out because that person's there to make sure they're doing their fucking job.
Yep, exactly.
There was a person from the school board in that class weekly because there was always something happening where it's like, hey, apparently the construction teacher was showing kids that girls eat shit sometimes.
Dude, I bet you scarred so many of those other kids in that class. Dude,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like people that never like go online and they're just not desensitized to anything and they just see that at school.
Dude,
that's fucking awesome.
I remember I mowed lawns and shit for the longest time just so I could buy my own computer. So I could have it, like having your own computer in your room as a kid is a game changer.
Oh, dude.
That's where the desensitization, however you would fucking say that, that's where that starts.
Oh, 100%.
Because that was like the Wild West of the internet, you know? I was like, how gross can this place get? And so you start looking.
Even still, I wouldn't want to look at some shit like that. Like, fuck that.
Well, that was before I realized like people do just messed up weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything you could conceivably think of sexually has been done.
That is very true.
You know?
Something that scarred me recently was I've seen like a grown man film himself like in a septic tank.
Oh, I've seen that video. That's a great. Yeah, I love that. And he like takes off his mask and like closes his eyes and like dips himself down into it. And like, God. I thought I was a man, and that I was shown.
Like, make the Navy SEALs do that.
Yeah, they'd give up in a heartbeat. Yeah. That's our next Captain America. Like everybody thinks Dwayne the Rock Johnson's a badass.
Somebody
like,
that bathes in pure fucking shit.
Like rubs it through his hair and everything. Oh yeah, what a man.
What a fucking guy.
All right, man. I don't have anything else. I don't think. I had a couple stories I wanted to tell, but it's been like 2 hours now. I've had you for a long time. But you said you have VR. I know you have VR.
I do.
We should hop on the Forest and do the Forest VR if you haven't done that.
I have not done that. I heard it was multiplayer. I didn't know it was VR, though.
They added VR, baby. It's not great, but it's the Forest. I mean, you can't fuck that up. Yeah, and VR is insane. So, yeah, I would love to. We should make a video sometime.
Yeah, I'm down, dude.
Awesome.